Years ago, I was on a video shoot deep in southwestern Pennsylvania, rafting the rapids of the Monongahela River. That's one of the rivers that meets a three-river stadium. And we had three rafts, one with the executives, one with the on-camera talent, and then there was my raft, loaded with all the gear and watertight containers, one very expensive camera, a cameraman who couldn't paddle because he was cradling the camera like it was the Ark of the Covenant, and our river guide, Robert. Now, because of the equipment, we had to go down the rapids backwards. That's right, we went down backwards, so that our bodies took the brunt of the water protecting the equipment. And then we hit something called a hydraulic. That's where the water's rushing around the rocks so fast that it creates something like a whirlpool that sucks everything down to the bottom. So the raft folded in half right underneath me, just like a taco. And just like that, I was gone, sucked straight out and heading towards the bottom. I remember looking up through that clear, crystal clear water, and there was Robert, this tall, skinny guy I never would have picked as a superhero. He was holding my ankle with both hands, his veins popping. He had a foot braced against the boulder, and he was trying to keep me from getting pulled under. If he hadn't grabbed me, I wouldn't be here telling this story. But here's the crazy part. I didn't panic. I wasn't screaming. I was calm. And I know that it was the grace of God holding me steady. So Robert pulled me up just enough for me to reach up and grab the rope that goes around the outside of the raft. He then grabbed my wrist and hauled me out of the water like a very wet, very grateful catch. So why do I tell you this? I tell you this because you remembered every second of that story. You saw the river. You saw a stadium. You felt the water. You pictured the guy with the camera, the raft folding underneath me, the foot braced on the rock, the veins popping in Robert's neck. That's the power of a good story. I've spent over 30 years telling stories through film, through business, through my faith, and here's what I've learned. Facts inform, but stories transform. They move people, they persuade. And in today's fast-scrolling, content-saturated world, the brands that win are the ones that tell stories that stick. Video storytelling isn't optional anymore. It's mission critical because people don't buy data, they buy connection. So here's why stories work, especially in video. A good story builds an emotional connection. People see themselves in the journey. It adds context. It's not just what your product does, but what it means and why you're passionate about it. It inspires action. We don't move because of stats. We move because of belief. Think about the great science fiction writer Isaac Asimov. Now, he didn't just write science fiction. He created moral blueprints, raised philosophical questions, and explored consequence. He built worlds. He made us ask, what if, what now, what's next? That's what great marketing should do. That's what your story can do. So whatever it is that you're trying to build, don't just sell it. Tell it. Because when you tell it right, they won't just watch. They'll remember. They'll believe, and they'll buy into something bigger than just the product. That's the power of storytelling. So remember, everyone has a story, whether you think so or not. Are you telling your story? Reach out to us today at fullarmorvideo.com and let us help you tell your powerful story.